This video is a quick fix for the Black & Decker Workmate. It is that type. I got this, well, I should say, my dad got this back in the 70s or so, and then when I moved to California he gave me this as a workbench so I could use in my apartment. And it worked great up until last year, early this year, I think it was last year, when after all that time the plastic broke here and here on the other handle. Let's see, so like that. So that split off, and I tried gluing it, I tried epoxying it, neither of which worked, and I tried using it the other day and I remembered, oh yeah, the handle's broken, and so the top moves and doesn't work correctly and doesn't stay still. So I worked today and I fixed it, and initially I was going to try and just separate this handle because it does spin, and then I was just going to make the whole thing out of wood and use a bolt and something, and then I realized, hey, wait a second, if I just make a thick enough piece of wood that I can actually embed the original piece in, I can use that. The back side is solid wood, and this piece goes in about that far, and then the hole lines up. I used a 1-inch Forstner bit for that side and then chiseled out the little bits. And this one I used a 3/4-inch Forstner bit and then chiseled out the little bits because luckily the edges were square, or I should say, you can see on here it broke off square versus round. So that way the hole, it doesn't want to rotate in there. This one's held in by the pin and it wobbles and moves, but that's fine. The original handle wobbles and moves. This one, because of the shape, initially I'm just going to hold it in with some wood glue, see if that works. My first version, I didn't have this thick enough and it wasn't going to work, so I had used hot glue to hold this in, and that worked so well that I had to split the wood to get it out. So if the wood glue fails, I will just clean it up, put hot glue in, and that should work fine. The one issue is this is just, I should have measured and made it slightly shorter. So this top is very thin, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because there's not usually a lot of stress on it. So I'll just have to make sure that's nice and smooth, put some slick tape over that UHMD, ultra high molecular density tape that's really slippery. I'll just put some of that maybe on the top and down over. That should keep it going, and it's just lower than whatever's there. And normally when I'm clamping things in the jaws, it's not coming out over these handles anyway, it's clamped in between. The only time I usually have something going across the flat is when I actually clamp something to it with actual clamps, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. But the cool thing is, it works. So now I have a working Workmate again, and I didn't have to buy the handle. So yeah, that's this evening's project. So I just had a piece of this that I cut that wood out of. It was probably a pallet spacer or some sort, but yeah, I think that's gonna work great.